The evolution of the Cat in the Hat. The first time Dr. Seuss's mischievous feline appeared on our screens was the 1971 animated special simply titled The Cat in the Hat. Just like in the books, the titular character in the special is a tall, anthropomorphic black cat with a red and white striped hat, a red bow tie, and sometimes a magic umbrella. Allan Sherman provided the voice for the character. This special is a loose adaptation of the book, and the character's appearance is faithful to the original illustrations by Dr. Seuss. In this story, the cat visits two bored children, a boy and a girl, who are left alone on a rainy day. The mysterious Cat in the Hat suddenly enters their lives and shows them how to have fun, despite the insistence of their family goldfish named Carlos K. Crinklebein that he must leave. This adaptation is generally well received. It was praised for its faithfulness to Dr. Seuss's original illustrations and how entertaining it was. The special's musical sequences and the lively portrayal of the Cat in the Hat were particularly appreciated.
Out as far a photo, I'm a perk in a pagoda, I'm a futz in a fedora, how are things in Glockamora?
However, some critics noted that the special took liberties with the original story, adding musical elements and expanding the narrative. This is truly a classic for everyone to enjoy.
Calculate us, eliminate us. I went to Cat Tech, where I studied the same.
The next time we'd see the Cat in the Hat on screen was 2 years later. The character would act as the host of this animated special, introducing various Dr. Seuss stories. Allan Sherman reprised his role for the voice of the Cat in the Hat from the 1971 television special. Dr. Seuss on the Loose was Sherman's final project. He died a little over a month later on November 20th, 1973. The animation style and presentation of the character also matched that of the 1971 special. This special is endearing mainly because of the tribute it serves for Sherman. It's been one of those shows that are repeated year on year and enjoyed by families around the world.
On peaceful-ish beaches, I frequently find myself.
The next special featuring the Cat in the Hat was in 1982 when they appeared alongside the Grinch in the Grinch Grinches the Cat in the Hat. In this special, everyone's favorite mischievous feline goes toe-to-toe with the Grinch. The animation is a little different to the previous specials. It was much softer and the colors were more saturated, giving a warmer feel. There was also a minor change to the character design too. The cat has a two-tone colored body, with his belly appearing gray rather than the flat black body he had in the previous features. His umbrella was also pink in the special rather than the brown-yellow color it was in the original adaptation. The short features the Grinch making the Cat in the Hat's life unbearable, and it was inevitable that these classic characters should co-star, with both loving to cause mischief and torment others, just in different ways. The Grinch uses a machine to create mayhem and plays tricks, causing mischief all over, with the Cat in the Hat reaching out to try and soften up the old Grinch a little bit. This is a short but sweet special that's full of chaos.
Maybe your mother didn't treat you right.
You may not know that Dr. Seuss's feline creation inspired copycats, excuse the pun, in other countries. For instance, in the Soviet Union, they weren't allowed to have American shows on their televisions, so instead, they got The Cat in the Cap. Now, let's be honest, visually it's not even close to being similar. The cat is much closer in proportion to a normal pet mock. It's blue-gray, and while it does have an umbrella, it's much bigger than its body. Then there's the cap, which looks more like Santa hat than the long top hat, which everyone was used to seeing. The story is similar also, with the cat helping children escape from a monotonous life. It's a little safer than the original, helping to tidy up to save their tired mother some work. It's all very Soviet. This is a curious and strange adaptation that tries to be different to avoid issues, but also tries to imitate Dr. Seuss. However, it's pretty bad for obvious reasons, and I wouldn't go out of your way to watch it.
Bim bom, wes dom verdnom.
In Search of Dr. Seuss, which was released in 1994, is possibly even stranger than the Soviet cartoon. It revolves around a nosy reporter, Kathy Lane, portrayed by Kathy Najmy, who seeks to uncover the real facts about Dr. Seuss. She enters the world of Dr. Seuss by opening a magical book and encounters several of his characters. The Cat in the Hat doesn't play a central role in the story, but he does appear as a man in costume rather than animated or a full-body suit. He's shown as wearing a black suit with a white shirt, a red bow tie, and a hat that matches the original illustration. He has a mustache and thick white gloves. It really is like someone in fancy dress, and Matt Frewer is the man in the costume. This is part entertainment and part documentary, as the Cat in the Hat acts as a way to introduce the work of Dr. Seuss to the reporter. This was a forgettable TV special, but it does act as a touching tribute to the works of the Cat in the Hat's creator.
Life as a third-rate nation. Only the parents could save the day, he would say.
In the Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss, which aired from 1996 to 1998, the Cat in the Hat was depicted distinctly and vibrantly in a way that paid homage to Dr. Seuss's original illustrations, while also incorporating some notable changes compared to previous adaptations. The Cat in the Hat in this series maintained the iconic appearance characterized by his tall, striped stovepipe hat, red bow tie, white gloves, and mischievous grin. However, the Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss was a Jim Henson Company production, which meant that the character was a puppet, and his features were made cuter, whilst keeping things close to the original look. Notable changes in his depiction included a more rounded and whimsical design, with softer lines and a slightly different color palette that made the character appear more lively and animated. The Cat in the Hat often acted as a catalyst for the stories, introducing whimsical elements or unexpected situations that set the stage for the episode's plots. His role was not limited to a single storyline, but extended across different tales, showcasing his versatility and adaptability within the Seussian universe. This is a show that will linger in the hearts of a generation, a kids show that's taught dozens of life lessons via the stories Dr. Seuss wrote. This is a fun and different adaptation.
How could I forget? Today is your birdhouse cleaning day.
The Cat in the Hat became the center of a Family Guy gag in 2000, a mark of cultural relevance in many circles. The character appears in a cutaway gag, focused on Peter's memory of meeting the Cat in the Hat when he was young. The animation style makes him look like a little goofy, but the style is exactly like the original cartoon in the 70s.
Look, your parents will be home any minute. Are you sure you don't want me to clean up this mess?
No. Go. It'll be funny.
In the 2003 live-action film adaptation of The Cat in the Hat, the titular character portrayed by Mike Myers maintains his mischievous and playful personality, but the depiction differs significantly from previous animated versions and the original illustrations by Dr. Seuss. In this movie, the Cat in the Hat is a larger-than-life character who enters the home of the two children, Conrad and Sally, bringing chaos and disorder into their lives while trying to make things fun. Unlike the friendly and helpful Cat in the Hat in other adaptations, the movie's cat is more of a troublemaker, stirring up mischief and causing mayhem in an attempt to entertain the kids. The cat's appearance in the film is notably exaggerated, with Mike Myers wearing elaborate makeup and a costume to replicate the character's iconic look. He sports a tall striped hat, a red bow tie, and a furry bodysuit with a white chest. The design takes on a more humanoid form, with exaggerated facial expressions and animated movements, allowing for comedic interactions and over-the-top antics. Despite his initial disruptive presence, the cat eventually assists the kids in rectifying the chaos he ensued, teaching them important life lessons along the way. The movie received mixed reviews from both critics and audiences. While some appreciated the film's visual style and humor, others criticized it for deviating too far from the source material and being overly chaotic. This one performed pretty well at the box office, but let's just say it didn't really age well. If you want the Cat in the Hat as it was meant to be, this one is not the way to go. But if you like Mike Myers being wacky and silly, go ahead.
And this is the lumpiest couch I ever sat on. Who is this dreadfully uncomfortable woman?
Robot Chicken got in on the act in 2007 when they used the Cat in the Hat character for the first time. In Season 3's Screw Yousical the Musical, the cat appeared in a parody of the original Cat in the Hat story, with a very adult twist, that he had a very long appendage. We won't go any further, but the animation style was stop motion and pretty basic. The cat looks pretty rough and not really like the original. He still has his white face, black fur, and his hat, but it's more like a red pimp outfit with a coat that fits the gag, but not really the classic look. Robot Chicken used the Cat in the Hat again in Season 6, as they presented the revised lessons of Dr. Seuss, where everything in the universe of Dr. Seuss is a little wrong. These were small appearances, but as always, the team at Robot Chicken keeps things hilarious.
I'd manage the shit out of Sugar Ray.
The Cat in the Hat Knows a Lot About That is a Flash animated musical preschool television series that aired from 2010 to 2018. It features Martin Short as the voice of the Cat in the Hat. The show aims to promote children's literacy in science by following the adventures of 6-year-olds Nick and Sally, who travel the world with the Cat in the Hat as their guide, learning about natural science along the way. In terms of the look, it could be plucked right out of Dr. Seuss's book. Well, that's because the animators pretty much did take the original illustration out of the book and animated it into their scenes. The classic sketch style with the hat, the white face and tummy, the red bow tie, and an elongated tall body. The series ran for 3 seasons with a total of 80 episodes and also included 5 specials. The show has been generally well received and is recommended for children aged 3 to 5 years, but is much more educational than it is entertaining.
Hey, that hat belongs to this here cat.
In Treehouse of Horror 24, The Simpsons made use of the Cat in the Hat in 2013. Or should I say, the Fat in the Hat. This isn't the Dr. Seuss version at all. Rather, it's Homer with cat-like features, a pink and green striped hat, a pink bow tie, and a black umbrella. He promises to rescue Bart, Lisa, and Maggie's Halloween, but his actions take a destructive turn. He harms several individuals, destroys property, and causes chaos in town. In the end, Maggie avenges the deaths caused by his actions by fatally stabbing him. He expresses fearlessness, but hopes to never be portrayed by Mike Myers again, taking a jab at the 2003 live-action movie.
I won't shoot you now cause I found something crueler. An afternoon off with 8 kids and Manjula.
In 2014, the cat would get the Bill Hader treatment on SNL, marking the first time the character had appeared on the legendary show. Bill's costume was pretty reflective of the Mike Myers version from the movie, with the larger-than-life fursuit, the traditional hat and bow tie, white gloves, and a feline face mask and makeup to sell the look. This one is great as it parodies the original story, with the Cat in the Hat ending up being a past lover of the kid's mother. SNL never fails to do a great job of parodying classic characters.
She gets it from you.
Is she my daughter?
Do you prefer the original or the live-action version of Cat in the Hat? Let us know in the comments. Please drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss our next pop culture evolution video. See you in the next one.